and
you
make him
trying
fall
to
on.
wield his penis?
No, I'm trying to make him fall on the pickles.
Oh, you're gonna make him fall on all those penis-shaped pickles. The cattle area is terrifying to you. There are all sorts of monsters there that you've seen personally kill great enemies of yours. And yeah, meanwhile, there is a sheep shearing competition in the sheep area where people are shearing as many sheep as they can in 1 minute. Would you like to take part in the sheep shearing competition?
Bit of a woolly subject, but seems like it's worth a go.
Oh, I missed it on the map. There's a pig area over there as well. I'm sure that'll be fun. Okay, yeah, so for this, I'm going to need alternating. I'm going to need 4 checks from you, alternating. Firstly, nature. Secondly, animal handling. And then back to nature, back to animal handling.
Nature's intelligent, isn't it?
It is. And animal handling is not. Animal handling's wisdom.
So that's going to be no modifier and -1. Okay. Oh, the first check's actually a 20.
First check's a 20. All right, so you're off to a really good start. That's 1 success. It's going fine. You've seen a sheep before. You know how this works.
Second check is a 5.
Okay, was that the animal handling or nature? I can't quite remember which one.
That'll be the animal
That'd
handling.
be the animal handling. Okay, so you grab the sheep and it immediately starts like fidgeting and trying to get itself killed in some way, which is what sheep do for anyone with them. So that's only 1 success so far. You're not able to really keep hold of it. You've got it by the leg and it's like, and it's making that exact noise. Okay, next one would be nature again.
Okay, that's a 5 in nature.
Okay, it's not going so well, and you try and shear it, but you're going right against the grain. People with sheep are going to kill me because that's not how this works. They don't have grains, but you're doing that anyway, and you're like, and it's coming out extremely patchy, extremely rough. It's not great at all. Like the sheep is fine, a bit spooked, but fine. But it's just, yeah, you're not doing a clean shear on this at all. So 1 success only so far, and 1 more.
Yeah, that's a 5 again.
Oh no, that's some bad luck on those rolls. I mean, obviously the modifier's not great, but that's bad luck. That's like your me trying to roll attack rolls for literally any of the monsters I've ever put against you. Yeah, with that, the horse. This is how bad your nature check was. The horse kicks free and runs off, and everyone's looking at you going, "You know you're meant to be shearing a sheep, right?" The duck waddles off, and no luck at all on shearing that sheep. I'm afraid you don't get the token on that one.
Anything interesting happening in the pig area?
In the pig area, yeah. So the pig area, it smells amazing, right? And there are these huge vats of chili, and it turns out the pig area is a chili eating competition. It smells like delicious. You can smell onion and garlic and all that sort of thing. And it is a beef chili for anyone who is vegetarian. I'm afraid this is a farm show. They don't believe in those. And yeah, it smells quite hot and spicy though.
Yeah, mine draws closer.
Okay.
I think we're going to competition eating chili.
Okay, so this one is a little different to the drinking competition you were all in. This time it is the last one standing. You keep going until there's only one left, and they will get 5 tokens. So what I'm gonna designate some d20s as being your opponents. There are 3 opponents there, and there's the 2 of you, so there's 5 in total. Okay, now first of all, we're gonna start with a bog standard Constitution roll. Already 2 of them are
18.
out. Okay, 18, you're still in. What about the mime?
I got an 18 as well.
You got an 18 as well. You're in as well, and one other person is still in. The other two couldn't handle the heat. It's getting hot though. You are feeling it. You are feeling it a little bit. Okay. The next bit though, there's some like big chunky bits of beef that you're having to eat, and it's not the best meat.
Question: why is it beef if it's beef? Why is this the pig area?
Because you're the pigs. Yeah, it's for pigging out. Yeah, so the next bit though that's really tough, it's like eating a boot. Okay, I'm gonna need some raw strength checks please for whether you can chew through the toughest beef you've ever tried to eat. Oh my god, they're still through. Okay,
That's a nat 20.
nat 20, you're still through as well. Excellent. For you it was like fine steak.
That's a 6.
That's a 6. Oh, I'm afraid you bow out choking on a bit of leather-like meat, unfortunately. I could have phrased that better.
It may have been an actual boot.
It may have been an actual boot, yeah, given this competition.
The pig area told me to stop resisting.
God damn it. Yeah, you were hoping for donuts in the pig area.
I finished this chili, and I demand, bring us your spiciest chili. This is nothing.
Okay, so the next roll you will do at disadvantage, but so will your opponent. As the spiciest chili comes out, right? You look at this thing and it's almost like a skull is formed on the top.
I'm going to ask you if I could do something.
Okay.
Can I negate the spice by casting absorb elements on myself?
Are you trying to absorb fire damage?
Yes.
I mean, that's really not how spicy food works, but I love it enough to allow it. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You cast absorb elements. And so does that give you resistance?
It absorbs X amount of damage.
Oh, right. Okay. Sure. I'll allow that. What I'm going to say this does here is probably gives you advantage on the roll. You would normally have disadvantage. You're now doing a flat roll versus someone on disadvantage. Because this is a hot chili. And the two, like the other guy, it looks pale. Here we go. Ooh, what is
15.
Oh, versus a 9. Oh, yeah, I didn't. It's just a flat roll. Because I forgot.
Flat roll.
Yeah, the other guy's just run off. Like, his tongue is on fire. Like, literally on fire, which is unusual. Maybe there's something magical in those chilies. Which is why your fire damage resistance has helped. And sprints off towards the nearest water source, which, let me check the map, is, good lord, a mile away. He's going to have a run. He's going to have a hell of a run. Oh no, the medic tent is on the way, which is now the busiest location in this entire place. So yeah.
Also, I was actually kind of wrong. Yes, it does give me resistance to the chosen element.
Okay.
And next time I do a melee attack, I add 1d6 of that element.
Okay, so next time you do a melee attack, you're going to add 1d6 capsaicin damage. Spicy damage. Aim for the eyes. Okay, yeah, so that's the pig area. You win 5 tokens. Well done.
That puts me at 19, potentially 20, depending on the plant competition.
So you're up against Bully Chesterton, who you last knew had about 23, I think, but then you stole some. So
6, the bartender stole 3.
Yeah, so that means they're down to 14. So they're gonna have a hard time beating you, but we'll see what happens. However, the evening is starting to come in now, so I reckon you've got time to do one thing each.
I mean,
all the same thing.
We gotta check out the big top.
Okay, you go into
the place.
You go into the big top, which is right next door to the medical pavilion, where you now notice they've built a second pavilion next door for extra capacity. And in fact, actually, you went to the big top and they've sequestered a small portion of that for additional medical space. because this is now like a disaster zone. But the rest of the big top is still going on. They're doing their best to keep the crowd going and happy, while there's a lot of screaming and shouting people. There's a lot of sobbing orphans who've just been orphaned for the second time. That sort of thing.
I'm assuming if there's a place selling cheese, it'll be fried. It's a state fair.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There is someone doing that. Roll me a persuasion check, though, on just how much cheese they're willing to fry in one go for you.
11.
That's actually enough. You get 1 kilogram of fried, what is described as mozzarella, but could never realistically be called that by anyone who's ever made mozzarella.
Good.
If you eat it, I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw.
I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it in front of the nose of Nilks.
Smelling cheese to try and wake Nilks up. Okay.
Because if there's anything that needs to be known about Nilks, is that his fatal flaw is he will do anything for cheese.
See, this is interesting because he is catatonic. He's like his brain is literally turned off right now. I tell you what, roll me. Let's put this down as persuasion. But I'm gonna need a fucking high roll, I'll tell you that.
Persuasion. That is in 18 minus 1, 17.
Not enough, I'm afraid.
Shame.
I would have needed 20 or higher to awaken someone who's been made catatonic by the orb of dragonkind to awaken them with fried cheese. Close, though. Close. You think there might have been a flutter of the eyelids?
Worth a try.
Oh, absolutely.
While we're doing this, can I grab some pickles? They may be useful later.
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah, you grab some pickles, but not specifically Pickles the Chihuahua, who will of course be dead in 2 days' time of malnourishment.
I mean, it's a Chihuahua. Someone's going to hear it eventually.
Well, true. Okay, yeah, you get some pickles. Mark off for the pickles. Mark off one. Let's say 5 copper pieces. For the big block of cheese, fried, I'd say mark off a silver piece.
Oh wow!
It's not very pricey cheese. Like, it tastes of nothing. It's basically a block of plastic in oil and maybe battered in something.
But that's all I want to do on my way to the big top.
Okay.
Attempt to awaken Nilks.
That's fine. I love these madcap attempts to awaken Nilks, almost to the point where I don't want Nilks to ever wake up because I want to see just how desperate you'll get. But I do have something in mind that will awaken Nilks. And then I'm going to decide exactly how we handle you having 2 characters. One of whom has the Orb of Dragonkind. But that's for later. That's for future Nick to deal with, and he's a fucker. Okay, so you get to the main ring, you get to the big top, right? And you enter, and there's obviously a lot of chaos and pandemonium going on because the medical tent is overflowing with dead or dying people now, and frightened and screaming orphans who are sort of being redirected to the lost child area, but that is right next to the medical pavilion, so really there's a big crowd. But you get into the main ring and you can see what the fuss is all about in here. Now this is a crowd pleaser. This is a proper competition, you know? All the other stuff, axe throwing and all that, show jumping, chili eating, no. Welcome to the big leagues. And I mean big leagues, because these are some enormous vegetables that you can see on display in the big top. These are absolutely huge. And yeah, they're being paraded around on donkeys, and people are just going, and they are losing their shit at the size of some of these vegetables. Holy shit. That is the biggest carrot anyone has ever seen. It's a miracle the donkey hasn't tried to eat it, but then that's just the magic of the fair.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle I'm not trying to eat it.
You're going straight for it, yeah. Oh yeah, you're rabbit folk. Yeah, I won't have you do a wisdom saving throw to avoid eating the massive carrot, but interesting. So yeah, right now this is the grand show where they will be offering. They're just finishing up with the massive vegetables, which have already been judged, and you can see there's rosettes on them. And there's people holding like small handfuls of tokens because they've won their various categories. But the big one, the one everyone's really looking for, not just giant veg. Giant veg draws a crowd, sure, because, you know, no one's ever seen a really big carrot before. But this is the crowd pleaser. This is the real one. It's just getting started. It's the last show of the night. Everyone's piling in who perhaps has just been in the medical tent to see off a loved one who's died. Or, you know, a couple of the orphans have snuck in as well because they want to see this. This is the real pleaser. We're talking vegetables in the shape of genitals. And everyone is going ballistic. It is full. The place is throbbing with throbbing's not the word I should use. The place is bustling with a kind of energy that you would not really see anywhere else. This is like being in at the Super Bowl. This is like being at a football World Cup or something. There is screaming. There are people crying at how happy they are that they are here at this, the greatest event in the fucking world, okay? The strange looking vegetable competition. And there are some real contenders. I mean, you genuinely thought for a second that one of those was a penis. Like, that's how close. I mean, wow, just incredible. I mean, obviously you've not seen every penis in the world, so you're not an expert. I mean, I don't know, maybe some of you have tried, but but that one there, that I'm gonna say that aubergine really did look like one for a sec. Like, you thought someone had just whipped it out in the middle of this to try and cheat, but no, incredible. And yeah, they're going through the categories, like pumpkins that look like breasts, pumpkins that look like asses. It's done alphabetically. And they're getting up to the next one, which is it's a crowd pleaser. It's not giant. They're not big vegetables, but they're popular, and that is pickles that look like penises. And they're still taking entrance if you would like, but so this is the recently renamed Chaz and Billy Memorial Penis Pickle Competition, and you hear a familiar voice as Bully Chesterton is running in, holding some prized pickles. It's like, these are from my dearest friends, Chaz and Billy. May they rest in peace. These were their favorite penis-shaped pickles, and aren't they good? And the crowd is like, oh yeah, because of course everyone loves a sob story attached to it, you know. It's just how you win. And this is a crowd voting in. They're all writing down votes on bits of parchment and putting them on pigeons, and it's going to a central place where they all get tallied up.
I want to do something.
Yeah?
This is a very crowded area.
Oh,
right?
It's extremely crowded.
It's crowded and loud. While Bully is running in, I want to, as stealthily as I can, I want to cast a sapping sting.
Are you trying to wilt his penis?
No, I'm trying to make him fall on the pickles.
Oh, you're gonna make him fall on all those penis-shaped pickles. Okay, it's a Constitution save. This could be a great day for Bully, or it could be a terrible day for Bully. Who knows? Constitution. I've passed every single one of those Constitution saves, but not this one. That was a 2.
Cool.
Bully Chesterton starts falling, and he goes, "Oh no, this is not a great day for Bully Chesterton," as he goes head first into a tray of penis-shaped pickles.
Yeah, he takes
mouth
one
open.
He takes 1 necrotic damage and is knocked prone.
He takes 1 necrotic damage. Can you roll me a d6 as well for the capsaicin damage?
Melee attack.
I'm still counting it. Like,
Okay.
it's just funny.
That's a 5.
Spicy dead penis damage. He takes 6 points of damage. It is. I'm gonna see how many hit points he has.
He fell on the hot pickles.
Oh my god. As he falls in slow motion, he turns and a spotlight hits him and he goes, "Is this the end of Bully Chesterton?" Yes, and dies, mouth full of penis-shaped pickles. He chokes on them to death.
This thing has been a tragedy.
What a terrible tragedy, yeah.
Because this is a large crowded area, I'm just going to like walk around to see if anyone dropped any of their tokens. That's how I'm spending the rest of this.
Sure, yeah. I mean, medics are running in, but they already know it's too late, and he's gonna be buried in a lovely plot right between Chaz and Billy. May they all rest in peace, and of course, Pickles. In 2 days' time.
I'm really surprised that Chaz and Billy are going to be buried with the nobles.
Well, they were very close friends.
Since I have no further use for them, I'm just going to throw the pickles over my shoulder.
And so you hear like screaming as a group of young women just goes, "Get it!" And they jump and they grab the pickles and they're fighting for it and like, "Oh, I'm gonna get married next!" And they've really misunderstood the entire purpose of this. But there we go. They're very happy. Rural traditions for you. You just don't want to get in the way of them. They're gonna be the pickle queen now. This went off the rails so far.
But hey, I think
I'd give you inspiration, but you've already got it.
I think my plan of making sure other people don't win to secure my victory is working.
Yes. Also, mark down that you've got inspiration now because that was fantastic. All right. Well, that's the final event. You know, everyone's clearing out, a little bit shaken, a little bit worse for wear, from the main ring, and that really has.
I'm seeing that. I'm still checking around to see, like, if in all the excitement and then panic, if anyone dropped any token.
Oh yeah. Roll me perception. But yeah, people are steaming out really quickly. They're not even staying for the last one alphabetically, which is of course the penis-shaped zucchini competition. And 12. With a 12, you find 2 more tokens.
You can't see it, but I'm doing a little dance.
And then, yeah, it is time for the crowning of the winner, the coronation of the winner, not the actual coronation of the winner.
Big question. Did I get a thing from the flower competition?
Oh, that's a good point. They haven't announced that one yet. I'm going to say they announced that at the winning ceremony. That's the last one. And it happens at the main gate, and everyone sort of crowds around. There's a lot of food going on there. That's why all the food stalls are there. And the Lord of the Manor is there alone. Normally he'd be there with his wife, but his wife has... The lady is not turning up. She's crying currently in her room, clutching at her head, because of course all her hair's fallen out, and she's refusing to turn up. She'll have her hair back in 24 hours. She doesn't know that. But I'm sure she'll get that back. But she's just sobbing and retching still after the terrible drink and poisoning attempt on her life. So, and yeah, it's a rather morose sort of occasion, because normally this would be a really festive end to the day, and it's a really great way to ring in autumn, to have all of this going on. Everyone's really happy. Everyone's just got a chance to forget all their struggles. But now there are 20 new orphans. There are about 10 people dead. The noble's son is dead. The heroes of the town, truly, the heart and soul of the town, people who always have a friendly, the kind of person who always has a friendly word for you when you see them. They're always happy. They're always smiling, walking their little chihuahua along. Chaz and Billy, they're gone as well, and that's going to be a hard hit for the town. And yeah, the Lord's lost his son, and it's just not really having a great day. So he reads it off and goes, okay. Well, we have the flower arranging. Really, only one standout winner. So very congratulations. Congratulations to Belladonna. Just really nice work, I guess. And just starts crying. Just really tearing up. He's like, I just wanted to put something nice on for the peasants, and they lead him away. And someone else who's a bit like a burgomaster walks up and says, "Look, I'm sorry. I know the Lord normally does it, but he's not in a good state. Nor are any of us, having lost the two greatest heroes this town has ever known, Chaz and Billy. May they rest in peace. And of course, the Lord's son, Bully Chesterton. We're all heartbroken, but there is still a winner, and we can uphold that joy of this festival. So winning this beautiful ring," and he holds up this, it looks extremely plain, unusually so, like no jewels or adornment or anything, just a gold ring. Winning this is someone new to this place we've not seen before, but has already worked their way into our hearts. Not unlike the Spike Pit worked its way into the hearts of many of our people. Belladonna. And there's loud applause and an area parts for you to approach the
I
stage.
take the ring.
And applauds vigorously.
I take the ring and I look to the crowd and I go, I thank you. I came here today as a visitor, and now I really do feel like a local, like one of you. And I'd like to dedicate this victory to Bully, who, when I was new here, he showed me around, he showed me the ropes. And to the safe and wonderful knowledge that your good Lord will probably be using all of your taxes to resurrect him rather than helping you or fixing the roads.
I would say roll deception, but that's totally what he's going to do, yes.
I'm glad he shall be back soon with us all.
Okay, yeah. You now have a ring. It feels a bit magical to the touch. You know, you get that tingle. And that bit of pain in the teeth that you get when you touch magic. But you have no idea really what it does. You could always try putting it on, I guess.
I'm going to lean over to the guy who handed me. What does it do?
Oh, don't know. We buy it off this strange chap who keeps coming by every year. Not really had any problems with them, though, of course. Except the one that... Yes, we had one of water walking. That wasn't great. I mean, it's fine until you try and jump into a, swimming pool. Broke both his ankles.
Poor chap. Give Bully my best regards when your town's poor.
Oh, we will.
The mind wanders around, just quietly suggesting, well, obviously not suggesting the spell, but sending messages to people saying, really, do you really think they should be spending your money, tax money that way?
Trying to cause a riot. Okay, yeah, roll me persuasion. Yeah, roll me persuasion. That'll be an interesting end to this, won't it? And one other question, I suppose, while persuasion's being rolled, Belladonna, are you putting the ring on?
Do you know what? Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing you notice is a giant red eye in the center of your vision, and the mime, you've noticed that Belladonna has vanished.
I think I've seen this somewhere before.
It's your 111th birthday.
In that particular novel.
Yes.
Percy Jackson.
That's it. It's Percy Jackson. Yeah, you are the lightning thief. Yeah, no, odd that.
The ring.
Yeah. Oh, you're back. All good.
I rolled a 19, by the way.
Okay. With a 19, I'm going to say that's enough. And people are starting going, hang on a minute. That's our money they're going to be spending. What the hell? And they overturn the oil and cheese van, and there's hot oil spilling everywhere, causing sort of a lava effect. They're dipping torches into it and lighting it, and they march on the castle. Are you staying?
They tipped over the oil and cheese van, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does the smell of the cheese arouse Nilks?
One last persuasion check, please, from Belladonna to see if Nilks is awoken from an eternal orb of dragonkind-induced slumber.
I'm going to use that inspiration I have. Nat 20.
Yes. Actually, what's your modifier? Hold on.
Oh, for persuasion? That's -1.
I'm afraid not then. Needs to be it's a DC 20 roll.
Before we go, I'm going to see if I can find the Lord, and just obviously magically whisper in his ear, which you'll hear in his own voice, of course. So, you're going to take this from the trolls?
I don't need a persuasion on that one, because he's not the type to take it from the proles. He is going to mount up on a horse, a heavy horse, and he's going to get his lance, and he's going straight into the crowd. But of course, he's not really equipped to deal with all of them at once, and they burn him alive in the oil and cheese. So he dies extremely painfully. His son is dead. His wife is who's crying currently in the castle. She might survive for a few days before she's killed because she's holed up in a fortification, but she will eventually die. And you have started the first communist utopia of Dragonlance. Original name, please do not steal.
Doesn't feel very evil.
Yeah. Oh, and one last thing, Belladonna, as you're leaving the area, you feel a hand around your neck, and it is Nilks, and you hear a voice in your head that says, "I decide when the dragon awakens, not you."
That is...
It might come up later.
It might. But as things go, you've not been immediately incinerated by the mother of all dragons. So it could be worse.
It does actually kind of scare me that she can possess Nilks like that.
I mean, that's literally what the Orb of Dragonkind does. I mean, Nilks is at least immune to being charmed by it, but there is still a bit of possession that goes on with that. While he's unconscious, when he wakes up, he's going to be immune to the effects of the suggestion. To be clear, because that's one of the beneficial properties he got from it. Provided he gets the beneficial properties, actually, he won't be immune to the suggestion until he kills someone. But yeah, that is the session over, and you leave a burning communist town with many dead, 20 orphans, and a soon-to-be dead chihuahua named Pickles.
I mean, either soon to be dead or soon to be a hero of the revolution. One of the two.
Hero of the revolution, Pickles the chihuahua. I love it. That might come up later. I'm just going to write down hero of the revolution. I've just realized that now means that you've effected a revolution in what is my serious campaign world as well, which has gone communist. So I'll have to make a note of that too. Hero of the revolution, Pickles.
Today was successful.
Today was successful, yes. On the plus side, actually, I can't reasonably have a place in my setting called Dragonlance anyway. That would be fucking awful. So that's good. It's good that it's getting renamed into presumably Pickles Rad or something.